Namaste and welcome. This week, in our program Yoga for Unity and Wellbeing, 100 Days towards the International Day of Yoga, we have an exclusive interview with Dr. Jaideep Arya. Early on in the program, he gave a lecture in Hindi on yoga, the cultural heritage of India, which was very appreciated by our viewers. This week, we have him speaking to us from Patanjali Yogapeeth on how youth can build a better health for themselves, how they can be induced to create a lifestyle that is based on yoga, and especially during these COVID times, how does it work? Now, Dr. Arya has extensive knowledge not just about yoga but about Ayurveda and several different streams of how yoga can be applied to daily living. Recently, he's been very active as the General Secretary of the National Yogasana Sports Federation. He's worked extensively in the Haryana Yoga Parishad. He holds offices of importance in several committees of yoga around the country, as the General Secretary also of the Indian Yoga Association. Dr. Arya works tirelessly, day and night, to promote yoga and serve his master, Yoga Rishi, Swami Ramdev Ji Maharaj. Let's listen to him, for we have asked him some fundamental questions, and we do hope that after listening to him, if you have any questions, you would write to us so that we can put those questions to him. Thank you. Let's listen to him. Namaste and welcome. We have with us the great privilege of having Dr. Jaideep Arya. You already heard in the introduction that Jaideep Arya ji is such a prominent figure in the world of yoga in his own right that it is such a privilege to have him with us. Not only does he hold so many positions, but his own understanding of yoga is what is so relevant to the world today. We will start by asking him just a few questions because obviously, being a few days from the International Day of Yoga, it is the busiest time of the year for him, and he has still joined us, giving us time. So we thank you very much. Namaste and welcome, Jaideep Arya ji. Namaskar.
And thank you. Our hearts are full for the sake of to the service of yoga and to follow the orders of our yoga masters. And your direction, your any work is a type of order of my yoga master. Pranams to Puja Daji.
And to Puja Swamiji Maharaj, we are so happy that Yoga Rishi Ramdev Ji Maharaj has been blessing this program continuously through the means that you have provided. We'd like to tell our viewers that Dr. Jaideep Arya has been one of the main curators, if not the main curator of this program throughout since its inception. And today, as we come towards the end of the program, the questions we are going to put to him will relate mostly to what is going to happen next. So, first of all, sir, today, the world is full of young people who want to reconstruct their future after the COVID time. What role do you think yoga can play in their lives? What is your message to the whole lot of young people in the world? Let's start with that.
We are here in this pandemic arena. From last more than 1 year, we are in COVID. This atmosphere has given a new lifestyle with mask, with social distancing. Actually, pandemic has prepared our mind from distracting from the main issues. The anxiety is there, the fear is there, the stress part is there. And now specifically, I'm in June 2021. And we are hearing that a third wave of COVID is expected. And it is going to hit the youth the most. So we are very afraid of it. We all are afraid of it. What will be the consequences? What will be the future of our students? What will be the future of our youth? I want to draw your kind attention that yoga, meditation, naturopathy, Ayurveda are the way of life. And it improves the immunity, which can prevent from infections. It can prepare yourself so that you can fight with any type of infection. Now alpha strain come, now delta strain come. This alpha is not, this vaccine is not effective against this virus. This vaccine is not active against this strain of this COVID. What then we have to do? Should we go for 6 or 10 types of vaccines? The best part is, along with vaccination, we have to stress on the immunity, our inherent capacity to fight back with the different kind of infections and viruses. So this yoga day, it is very important to focus on our own health. And by way of yoga, with meditation, with the naturopathy, with Ayurveda, we can maintain ourselves free from all types of diseases and can increase our immunity also.
One thing that comes to mind when you speak about lifestyle, and may I remind all our viewers that Dr. Jaideep Arya has not only got his doctorate in Ayurveda, he's a proponent of Ayurveda since a long time. His knowledge of Ayurveda is pretty deep, and naturopathy, obviously. So, one question is, today's youth are bent towards getting a lot of pleasure from fast food, from a way of life where they stay awake till late in the night. How can how can we make yoga attractive for them? Because I think many of them see yoga as one of the old time traditions. I don't know if they realize fully the impact and what kind of lifestyle changes they should be making practically. How can they see this natural living as attractive, and what are the components of it practically?
This is very right question at the very right time. And what I want to share with you, we have to attract the youth by way of sports. Patanjali Yogapeeth is doing a lot of activities on this. We have prepared so many movies, animation, because now the children are very much attractive towards the animation, towards the video games, towards the Facebook. So you have to give some important contents on the Facebook, on the social media. We have to prepare with the animation films, and we have to reach to the youth. And where they are available now on the TV shows, for specifically for animation films, cartoon films are there. They even now they are very much hobby. I mean, they love to see the Disney. They love to see the different cartoons. In India, they love to see the Sabu, Chacha Chaudhary. So animation is the one part. We have to bring the animation. We have to bring the playway method to enter into the lives of our youth, the life of our children. And by way of sports, the government of India has recognized Yogasana as a sports. And it is the high time for all global leaders to come forward. If they want to safeguard the humanity, to safeguard the youth, to safeguard the child, they should come forward. Because by gaining mastery over mind, we can overcome the conflicts, depressions, phobia, loneliness. which are the main problems of the youth, which are the main problem of our young children. So I want to appeal on behalf of our yoga fraternity to our young friends, come and join this natural way of remaining healthy. Because what is the definition of health? WHO says the definition of health is not excluding of illness, but remaining in the pleasure of mind, the calmness of thought. And very rightly said by Maharshi Charaka, Maharshi Sushrutaha, Samadoshaha, Sam Agnishta, Samadhatu Malakriyaha, Prasanna Atma Indriya Manaha, Swast iti abhidhiyate. Your mind should be in the state of happiness. Your spirit should be in the state of happiness. Not merely you are having no disease, that doesn't mean that you are a healthy person. Your health can be measured when your mind, your spirit, and your thoughts are in the state of happiness. And you are in the coordination with the body, mind, spirit. Coordination is there. Stability and harmony is there. If stability, harmony, and coordination is not there, you are not in the state of health. For example, any person who is having a very good structure, but he is not sound of mind, can you say he is a healthy person?
No.
You can overcome your thoughts. You can control over your mind. In Hatha Yoga, very rightly said by Puja Swami Swatmaramji, the main parampara, the culture of Gorakshnathji, he very clearly stated that Chale vate chalam chitam nischale nischchalam bhavet. Yoga stabilizes not only your mind, by way of stabilizing your mind, your heart rate is also being stabilized. And you can get the control on your PNS, the parasympathetic nervous system, which reduces you the anxiety and nervousness. If anybody will disturb your mind, anybody will do anger to you, definitely you will react. And there will be, due to the reaction, the mood will be changed, the anger will be there, and that will destabilize your thought process, disturb your whole thought process. Not only thought process, you can check your heart rate will be high. You can check there will be imbalance of your blood pressure. And you cannot control, you cannot think in a proper direction. So Param Shraddha Swamiji Maharaj is saying time and again, we have to focus on action. And there must not be any inaction, and there must not be any reaction. We have to overcome inaction and reaction. This is the focus of yoga, and by way of yoga, we can achieve inaction and reactions. If you want to control your reaction, then you can reach at the top of your life. You can achieve your dreams. You can fulfill your targets. And yoga can do it. The meditation can do it. And it can prepare you to achieve the mastery over the modification of the mind. Very rightly said by Maharshi Patanjali, Yogash Chitta Vritti Nirodha. How to gain mastery over the modification of mind. come and try to learn this technique. This is a science, my dear. If you want to achieve the control over your mind, then I suggest, if you want to achieve the heights in your life, want to achieve the success, the target in your life, you have to control over your mind and over your senses. And the best part to achieve and to get control over your mind is the breathing practices. This is the ultimate decision of Hatha Yoga, Chale Vate Chalam Chitam. While your breath is going on, your mind is unstable. If you want to stabilize your mind, you have to slow down your breath. You have to control your breath. And by achieving the control on your breath, you can control over your mind, on your thoughts, and on your emotions, on your hormonal system also. Ji, Ekta ji.
Well, yes, I was listening because it was so very interesting. The next question, which was interesting, was you have explained very well how several aspects of yoga can help achieve this mastery, right, which you speak of, which is invariable to be able to achieve complete health. What age, and may I remind our viewers that Dr. Jaideep Arya is speaking to us as the General Secretary of the National Yogasana Sports Federation Board and of the International Yogasana Sports Federation Board. Both, he is militing critically today to bring Yogasana as a sport to the forefront. And my question to you, sir, is at what age do children need to be inculcated into these practices safely? What is your suggestion to parents who are watching this? How soon should they start?
They should start from school age. And now the school age is 3 years and 3 years plus. By way of simple practices, the children learn from your behavior. If father and mother, they will do yoga, definitely our children will follow the same. And from childhood, if they will see different type of postures they can do, because the spine is very flexible. If they focus on the flexibility of the spine from the childhood, they can achieve the best of the best postures, and they can stable themselves for longer time period and can achieve the mastery over yoga, the yoga postures, and even the meditation also. That will a technique to master your thoughts, to control our mind. When they will start in the childhood, they can learn to overcome the loneliness, the phobia, which are the untold stories of each and every youth. And so I suggest them, the parents should start as early as possible from the age of 3rd to 9 years, 9 years to 14 years. There will be different of postures. In the adolescence age, we can say that the toddler age is up to 3 years. And early childhood is 3 to 7 years. Middle childhood is 7 to 13 years. And adolescent is after 13 to 17, 18 years. So during this time period, the postures and meditation part will be different. The time period will be different. And the intervention will be of different kind. But we have to start from the early childhood. That is my perception. And we will change the posture. We are in Patanjali Yogapeeth, we are working on it. From the age of 3 years, we are starting the practice of yoga and meditation to our early childhood children. And from there onwards, their mind is very sharp. They are having very good memorizing power, and we are
Yes.
seeking it. We have to focus on it. Earlier in the Indian culture, people used to memorize the thousands and thousands of the mantras. Mantras are the crux of the life, the crux of the divine knowledge. Yoga helps to better mind-body coordination, improves the immunity, stabilize heart rate. If they can understand it at the childhood, they can be independent of any type of medicine, any type of drugs, any type of chemical food, and they can love to remain in the outdoor games. They will love to remain in the physical activity. Today, less physical activity is going to be the major cause of our type of diseases. We have to focus them. We have to preach our parents for outdoor games. They should play hockey. They should play football. They should play cricket. Then they will learn to work in the team. They should learn to work with a sports spirit. So we are working on Yogasana as a sports, and we are trying to introduce in the syllabus in Haryana. I am the chairman of the Haryana Yoga Commission. From this year, we are introducing from class 1st to class 12th, yoga will be the compulsory subject. And we have prepared the curriculum of yoga education here. Different postures and different time periods and different breathing exercises are finalized. And that will lead us to a revolution. Within 4, 5, 10 years, you will see the health of our citizen will be at of the different level. I hope students will achieve a good concentration, good memorizing power, and they can reduce the behavioral disorders also. This is a focus and target of our yoga education. And not only yoga education, yoga as a sports are going to be introduced at the school level. That will change the whole scenario.
Amazing. This makes so much, I would say, it's not only a case for yoga as being a part of each family's culture. It has its place not only as a heritage, but as the future. Because when I hear you speak so clearly about how we are going to actually reintroduce this into every family, if not each child's life, it is a major undertaking, and we do wish you all the best, because this noble cause really deserves a lot of support from not only the government but the masses also in general, right? I was thinking when you were speaking about behavioral disorders. Today, suicide is one of the major causes of death amongst young people. It's not just one child. And when you can talk to a parent who has lost a child, it can be devastating for the whole family, an occurrence like this. So one last question which I was thinking was really Patanjali Yogapeeth has done a lot of work on pranayama as a practice. So how important it is for pranayama to be taught properly to children? What is the implications? Like, you can't just pick up pranayama from a video. You have to really have a proper yoga teacher, if I believe and I understand. So could you enlighten us a little bit on this and the Guru Shishya Parampara? How does it fit into this very well?
This is very right question, and people are having different type of questions, and they are having some confusion on it. I want to clarify if you primarily want to learn breathing exercise, you can learn from the videos also. There's no harm at all. Because taking the breathing in a particular fashion and manner, in a proper technique, then you have to have a yoga guru. A guru shishya parampara can lead you to the perfection. But for the sake of starting of the practices of pranayama, you can choose the YouTube channels, the videos, and you can learn from it. Now it is the globe is a family now, and the IT techniques are so good, so valuable, and 3D pictures are there now. We can very easily show the activity, the technique, and we can teach them in a perfection way. But even although IT is going to help us out for the training our students, our children, the parents, for the sake of the breathing exercises, for the sake of postures also. But even although I'm stressing Guru Shishya Parampara is not necessary. You can teach them primarily, can teach them 75%, but 100% you can achieve only in the lotus feet of your gurus. That is my perception.
So, this brings us, because seeing the vast extent of your knowledge, of course, we are just scratching the surface today. One wonders, what was your journey in yoga? When did you start? What brought you to this level of involvement with yoga? You are the central coordinator of Patanjali Yogapeeth, which is, I think, by far largest organization proposing and serving the cause of yoga in the world today.
My journey starts with the blessings of Param Shraddha Swamiji Maharaj into yoga. I was doing yoga postures only earlier. I was following Maharishi Devdayanand Saraswati. I was a follower of Hari Samaj. In Ayurved, I was doing different postures, but I am not aware of any type of breathing exercise. Sardar Bhagat Singh is one of my icon. His bravery is very much in the hearts, in the blood of our each and every Indian youth. But all the same, I want to serve the humanity. So I chosen this path. My parents directed me to join the profession of medicine. I chosen Ayurveda, but even although I was in Ayurveda, I started my practice in Ayurveda and also in allopathy. I remained in civil hospital. I learned so many from my professor, Dr. Kuldeep Singh. I started my own clinic also. I practiced in allopathy also, in acupuncture also. But later on, in a meeting, suddenly Shraddha Swamiji Maharaj asked this question, what you are doing? I told him that I am a Ayurvedic practitioner, but I am practicing in allopathy also. He advised and he blessed me and he directed me to join, to serve your own pathy first of all. So I started in Ayurveda. And when I saw his videos, my mother was following that videos, that channel, Sanskar and Astha channel she was just watching. Then by watching, she started doing these postures and practices. And he achieved a control over the diabetes that really attracted me. And I came in contact with the Patanjali Yogapeeth. And later on, Param Shraddha Swamiji Maharaj invited me to head office and I joined the revolutionary pathway of Param Shraddhe Yoga Rishi Swami Ramdev Ji Maharaj. And I'm blessed one. Now I'm getting the blessings of Param Shraddhe Acharya Shri Param Shraddhe Swami Ji Maharaj, working in the field of Ayurveda and Yoga both. The focus at that moment was also to serve the humanity. But there were some restrictions. So many poor people were coming to the civil hospitals, but they are not getting the proper medicines. Medicine rates were so high.
Mm-hmm.
But we cannot tell them how to self-sustain their health, how to overcome their diseases. But now with the blessings of Param Shraddhe Swamiji Maharaj, I got this message. We can achieve a sustainable health by way of yoga, naturopathy, and lifestyle, a disciplined lifestyle. And I advise to all of you, to all my listeners, that yoga not only affects your physical body, but it affects your mental and spiritual body also. It is not a myth only. It is not a culture. It is not a religion, but it is a science, my dear. I'm a science student. I'm a practitioner. I'm a medical student. I'm assuring you with responsibility, I am sharing with you that it affects our thyroid hormones. And the thyroid hormones means it affects the growth of the children. Hyperthyroid TSH level, it affects our fat, it affects our bones. If there will be imbalance, you cannot achieve the health. My dear, Yogeshwar Bhagavan Krishna in Bhagavad Gita very clearly given the definition of yoga. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddh asiddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. The balance is called yoga. If you want to achieve the balance of hormones, if you want to achieve the balance of your salts, your chemicals, your vitamins, your enzymes, your minerals, everything is in your body. You can achieve it by way of yogic practices, by yogic way of life. This is my 100% belief, and it is a scientific belief now. You can go through different researches. Each and every research is saying diabetes can be reversed. Not only diabetic 2 patients, diabetic type 1 patients can be reversed. And we are seeing these miracles in Yogagram in Niramiam under the supervision of Param Shraddhe Swamiji Maharaj. Those children, those who are having 40 units morning, 40 units evening insulin, they have came down, they reduced their insulin dependency up to 2 units, 4 units, and many of them, they have fully recovered. Yoga effects on your fitness. And samatvam yoga uchyate means yoga balances your thoughts. Yoga not only balances your hormones, but also balances your emotions. By controlling the hormones scientifically, you can achieve the control on your emotions also. Your actions. Today, Ektaji's mood is very good. It is all due to the hormone. And my mood is also good while talking to her, while working for the Heartfulness, while working for the Patanjali Yogapeeth. It is all the effect of our brain system, our thought system, and we can achieve good hormones, our happy hormones. The dopamine and serotonin level increases after doing the yoga practice. This is the science, my dear. And I want to share with you one major thing. You can control over your obesity. Every second, third person is having the central obesity. Two types of fat is there. One is subcutaneous fat, just below the skin, and one is visceral fat. In between two major organs, such as our abdominal cavity in the spleen, liver, large intestine, small intestine, our gallbladder, pancreas is there, prostate gland is there. In between, when the fat increases, it leads to the different type of very critical diseases. And you can control over your fat. These adipose tissues are the basic cause of the cancer, the basic cause of the diabetes. The basic cause is obesity. And obesity is all due to the stress, is all due to the less physical activity, is all due to the genetic disorders. And yoga can do change, can do miracles in genetic disorders also. Can do miracle change in behavioral disorders. So I request, I have chosen this path to serve the humanity. A drug-free, a medicine-free, a sustainable health can be achieved by yoga, naturopathy, and Ayurveda. That is my lesson of life. If you want to achieve a sustainable, good, spiritual health, want to serve the humanity, you're most welcome to the arena, to the family of yoga. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I think this journey of yours, your personal walking the talk, where I know that you yourself practice yoga every day, and that's the reason why we often can't find you early mornings on WhatsApp or on phones, even when it's important. It's really touching. I do remind all our viewers that while we do depend on allopathy, and it does have its place, right? The achievement of creating a human existence for balance, like you explained in so many ways, is critical to our world today. And I think hand in hand with all human knowledge, we should be able to create a better world for all of us. And the contribution of Patanjali Yogapeeth in this has been phenomenal. We heard you today, and I think our viewers are very thankful. We'd like to remind everyone, any questions for Dr. Jaideep Arya, please feel free to write. We will convey them to him, and we hope to see you again in future episodes, sir. There's a lot we want to explore with you. Thank you so much for being with us today and sharing your journey, your thoughts, your ideas, your knowledge, and your expertise. Namaste.
At last, Ektari, I want to share
Yes,
with
please.
you. The youth are specifically focusing on their physical health. And yoga can be considered a muscular strength, muscular endurance, and aerobic endurance exercises there are. And you can achieve the best of the best muscular strength also. You can achieve the endurance in your life.
Of course. Of course, they want to look good also, and they want to feel good also. And I think we need to do more work on presenting this to them. I do believe that in the future episodes, we would be able to address such questions, because definitely there is a need for the youth to wake up. However, good guidance and correct guidance is very required, because today anything goes in the name of yoga. So again, we'll come back to Patanjali to give us proper guidance in this matter, sir. And we do count on you to come back and join us for such interviews, which really were happy.
Yoga is a practice.
It is.
Daily you improve yourself. Maharshi Patanjali says, Abhyas Vairagyabhyam Tan Nirodha. Do practice every day and you will achieve the success, the peaks of success, the peaks of your targets by way of doing yoga. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Message heard, message received, message conveyed. Let's see how things go. We'll bring you back feedback when we get that. And thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.